Hello everybody, my name is That One Guy Skits, and I am here with a video that I feel like I should show you guys um, for my not fresh, junior year of wrestling. And this year was full of all kinds of different highlights and bad things that happened to me. This one's pretty epic, I like that. There's a lot that happened, and there's a lot that I want to show. If you guys don't know, my junior year of high school was my third year of wrestling, but my first year, my arm was snapped in half. My second year, I quit. I let myself down on that year, and my junior year was essentially my first year. And I'm going to show you guys the differences between my very first match of the season compared to my very last match of the season, which ends in sectionals, and I'll explain later why. So essentially, we're going to react them through by through. These ain't every single match I've had throughout the year. These are just select fews that I like to show. There are some honorable mentions, like there's one where I finished a match in 8 seconds, but this one I'm going to show you. And there will be no sound because we never record our stuff with sound. So I'm going to be narrating over it, and I'll put some music in the background starting now. But yeah, let's get into this. So this is my very first match ever back, and this is already me. Like you can already tell what's going on. My feet are crossed. This dude is very square upon my side, so he's got a single leg right here. He can just hip hook me, just do whatever he wants right here. He's got a lot of control right there. I escaped from that, or he just let me go. But this dude is really heavy on my head, and I am very bad at keeping my head up. I ain't got the best neck strength in the world. But also something I like to point out, from this video to this video, I have lost a total of, I'm pretty sure, 35 pounds throughout the season. So this is something. I'm a heavyweight wrestler. So if you watch it through, I instantaneously try to do the good old high school head and arm, which is something that every high schooler's ever done. You can see I'm stiff, I'm nervous, I haven't done this. This dude, he trips himself up, and I eventually stay on top, and I eventually get the takedown. So me not being the best person in the world, I don't take in that his face is completely on the ground. He has no support. So instead of which I'm pretty sure I tried to cross face near leg him, instead of flattening him out and just running in a power half, which I could have put my arm in right through this little hole he's got going on. That could have just been a finished match right there. But me being me at this time, I didn't flatten him out. I didn't do anything. So eventually, what he does, he builds his base up. He gets up, and I just hang there. So what I do, I just wait for him. I do a fat man throw, which is what we call it in my practice. So what I do, I just throw him over, and I just wait for him to get it. And watch, he's just going to get up again, and I'm going to do it again. Boom, did it again, pulling him right on top of me. Boom, that's what he gets. He gets the reversal. He just starts going real heavy on my head. See how, if you look at him, he is trying to flatten me out. My face is on the ground. I ain't building my base up. I'm just sitting there, and it's just not going too hot for me. He eventually just drives me forward with that leg. He does a far ankle. We get sent back to the middle. I'm on bottom. So what happens instantaneously? I get tripped up. I go to my side. He runs that power half, and boom. If you like, he just runs that through so fast, and I'm already out. So yeah, you can see that he got a I don't know if you count this as a full Nelson. I doubt it. If it is, well then. But he got a wrist and arm, and instantaneously throws my. He does just perfect. Flies me over, and I can't bridge up, and I'm done. And mind you, this was the number one seed, and right after this match, they checked him out. Turns out I accidentally broke his nose somehow, which is something. But yeah, I'm out. I'm done. I just didn't know how to react to it. So yeah, that was this match. This match ended in a 2-2. He obviously pinned me. So let's get on to the next one. So this is my last match of that day. Not my last match. This is the match I won of that day. This match gets instantaneously. This one starts out. Shout out to my family members right up here in the right corner. It starts out with a banger. I win this one by 13-8. So obviously I win by decision. So let's get into this one. So instantaneously, this dude tries to put me into an underhook, and he tries to just throw me down to the ground. But what he does, he gets side. What I do, I grab on that outside leg, and I try to trip him up, but he just pulls that out. He stands me up, and he watch. He's going to grab this close leg right here. Boom. He gets that single leg instead of just throwing my hand in for that underhook and taking it out. What this dude does, picks me up. Mind you, at this point, I'm like 265. Picks me right up. I go right over. What I do, that was an almost him. If he didn't get high enough on me at that point, I would have been pinned. But what I do, I just do a Pearson, roll around. I almost pin him right here. I'm driving, 90-degree angle. I do not have my hand deep enough onto his head, and I'm not throwing the arm back. And also, if you see, I'm not flat. One foot is up. So after that, I try to flatten it out. But right now, at this point, I'm not. I'm reaching too far over, and I'm not up on his chest. I'm down on his stomach. So what happens here? He's just going to push himself right out, which obviously is where we get sent back to the middle and folk style. Coach D, how you doing? Uh, but yeah, that's how this one ended. I got 2 points from this. I'm fairly sure from what the ref is showing right now, and we get sent right back in. The person doing this, I mean, look at that belly jiggle, dude, on that walk up. Oh my gosh. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We gotta watch that. We just gotta watch that again. Boom. You can just see the size of me, dude. Yeah, you can just see the size. Like my shoulders haven't gone in yet. My chest is just. I look disgusting. But yeah, you can see that belly jiggle right there. Yeah. What we're supposed to do, we're supposed to pause in between rounds. Well, whoever's recording. Obviously didn't do that. I got near fall too. What happens? I wait. And after time, there's actually something that my coach taught me, is that instead of just hopping right on, look if their feet are flat, if they're back on their heels, see what you can do. You can do snaps, you can do far knee, far ankles, close knee, whatever, cross faces. You can do a shelf and a shove. I forgot what they're called. It's been a while out of season. So what happens? I instantly go down. I try to reach down for that leg, but I'm not doing it right. So instead of me thinking instantaneously to myself to trip him up because he is up, he is straight up. I could have taken him down. What I do, I try to get behind. I try to pull. Try to do a fat man throw. Fat man's throw is what we call it. I eventually just try to sumo wrestle him out, get taken out, and he eventually gets scored the point for me stalling and stepping out. I'm a little mad at this point, you can tell, and it's just not my day. I feel not my day at this point. I've already lost most of my. This is the only match I won, and I scored fourth place because these wasn't pool matches; these were just straight tournaments. As you'll see later into the pool matches, it's just where it just goes all down. But just so you know how long wrestling matches can pull out, it's only 2 minute rounds in between. But if you just, in its entirety, if you just don't pause it, you can see how fast, how stretched out they are. If you see it right up here, we only have 52 seconds left on the clock, 50 seconds right now. I'm getting underhooks and I'm trying to throw him. He tries to stand up on me. That was a terrible, not terrible. It wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. He tries to stand me up. He wants to reverse it. He ain't going to go. It ain't going to go too hot for him. I get my head position. I just fall back, but he flies, which is awesome. I eventually almost pin him again. I'm pulling this arm out, which is something good. But instead of getting that hook under the head with his arm behind, I could have pinned him, but I didn't. So as you can see down here on the bar, I get most of my points during the first round. After this, we both get. Well, I get gassed, which is why you can see, and that's where he starts to get all of his points. But that's just how it is. And towards the middle of the season, I work on that, and you'll see. But what happens? Same issue here. I'm not underhooking it the right way. I'm on his stomach. I'm not on his chest. So therefore, he will get out of this one. But I will near fall him for 3 points. And yeah. And actually, the cool thing is about this mat right here that these shoes I have, I still currently have them. If you see it, like my shoes actually still have the red, like still red marks from this very mat, which was a while ago. I'm pretty sure in November and or in December. So yeah, you can just see the size. Like you can see the gut. There's abs under there, I think. Maybe. But yeah, I choose top is mine. Eventually, I work as the season goes on. I eventually learned that getting on bottom is probably one of the better ones because you can escape out of that fairly easy. But yeah, I just try to do the exact same thing, and it just does not go well. We're in period 2 right now. I just try to hook him up, try to do the exact same thing. He's going to try to reach down. Yep, I already knew it. This dude loves that single leg, the outside single leg, because it's so easy to get to just from like me being the kind of guy. So there's always something I've always done in my 8 years of doing this, and it's always going to be that extremely wide stance, one hand rested here, which is bad, because you can get snapped down so easy right there. But at the same time, you can get lower and you can see what goes on, and then eventually, when I do take shots, which happens rarely, you will see. But right there, boom, snap the head down. But it also just builds my base a bit more so they can't just push me over and sumo me to the ground. Eventually, he just gets the underhook. He gets. I run. I remember this moment. I book it out of there, dude. It's because I already knew what was going to happen. We have a thing called rip and run. Rip it out of the hands and run. Except I had a thing where I ran and ripped, which is bad. But yeah, you can see he's trying to get he's trying to get it and he just cannot succeed because I'm out. I run out and go down. I knew what I was thinking during this match. As you can see as my face, I am gassed. I'm out. And boom, we're starting neutral. And I'm reaching for the hands, which is bad. I'm trying to hand fight instead of keeping them at a distance, which is, as time you can see, I will eventually just keep my hands on the head and pushing back, and this is how it is. So, but yeah, we both get pushed out. We're going to start at neutral once again. This referee right here, he refed all of them. I'm pretty sure this referee didn't like me. Look at the jiggle, dude. Oh, the weight loss was insane, man. Like the front has gone down. The love handles are always there. You need that big man love. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, but you can just see we're just fighting. We're both pretty much gassed. As you can see, he basically conserved it all to that last round, but it just didn't go the way he planned it. He tries to snap me in so he can snap me down, and then he can eventually circle around, which doesn't go too hot for him. But as time goes by, I learn. I learned throughout the whole season, and yeah, you just see it. Boom! I try. My snaps are bad. They've always been. I'm learning. I'm going to work on them. I'm always hunched over. I'm always standing up. If you guys watch my older video of this scrimmage I had, this is right after that scrimmage. Just not good. I'm on the varsity team due to me being the only heavyweight at this time. As time goes by, we do enter another one, but I don't know. We're friends, good old friends. But it's also when I learn. But yeah, Isaac Bowman is who this guy was. Nice mullet guy. He's got an awesome mullet. Yeah, my mom, my dad, my sister. My mom's recording right there. You can see it. Red choice, so it's his choice. Franklin kid. I'm pretty sure I faced off against him another time. I did. I went up against this guy another time, and I beat him. I will actually show that to you now. So we're in the second match with me and Isaac Bowman. I will show it to you after this match with me and Isaac, and you can see how it just improved over just a few. But you can see Isaac, he's already he's so much bigger. This is when I lost a bunch of weight. He just got bigger, which is something I remember him specifically for. But yeah, this is Isaac, man. I'm going to find you one day, and we're going to have a good friendship. Dude, you're awesome. You provide some good matches. I got a caution right here. Hand wasn't on elbow. I remember I was just gassed and I didn't want to be there. And boom, I are instantly trying to snap the hand down. I'm snapping too far up and it ain't going well. I try to fat man roll him once again. Almost unsuccessful. He's gassed too, you can tell. And he just reverses, gets his escape. We're both standing up at this point. We're both just in terrible stances. But you can tell I'm a lot more gassed than Isaac is. I used everything I had in the first and second round, and he kind of saved himself. I think his goal was to just wait it out because he knew that I wasn't going to pin him. He knew that because this dude I know he watches matches. So yeah, just at this point you can tell I'm just down. I'm out, down and out. Uh, yeah, at this point, I think he gets cautioned. It's just bad for it just bad after that. I'm on the ground for the rest of the third round, and it just I he like it's just not good. But yeah, essentially to sum up the match with Isaac, I won this one. A hairy leg. Oh my gosh, who is that? Who is recording this match? But yeah, boom, I'm on the ground. It's just how it is. It's just he's somewhat he. I think my entire plan was just to stall for the rest of the third round, and he knew he lost, but in his mind he should have won, which some would agree. But yeah, this is the match with Isaac Bowman. So here is the match with him now. With not with him now, but I think 3 or 4 after. This is our duel. This is between me and Isaac. So much more. The aggressiveness has just came out so much more. And you can see I instantly try to go for that ankle pick. He steps back. I try to stand right back up. I'm trying to get head position. He's trying to get head position. It's just so much more aggressive, pushing, pulling, shoving. He instantaneously tries to reach for that leg. I pull back on it, and boom, I throw him on the ground. But he reverses it because I'm in a bad position. I'm on my butt. He's not. He's behind me. I'm reaching over the head. So yeah, he reverses that one, and boom, I'm out. He pushes me right out. Ah man, this was an intense match. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So boom, it's just so much more pushing. He's snapping my head down. We're hand fighting. It's just so much more aggressive, and that's cool. That's where it's like, and you can see like the weight loss here in the back. But yeah, he loves Isaac's great at that single leg. I remembered it. What he did, if you look compared to the first single leg he took on this one right here, if it will load. I mean, if you look here, I'm reaching under, I'm blocking it. He's too far back. This is why I have that wide stance. It keeps him at a length, whereas this, it didn't at all keep him at a length. He got right under me. He and then just pinned me. He Isaac would have won that match. I swear to you, he would have if he was just a bit faster. But like you can tell, the first see look, I'm not in that wide stance. He's squared up on me. I'm not reaching under. My chest isn't down. I'm reaching up above, and he just bang slams me down. This match, he tried to do the exact same thing. I remembered it. Keep him at a distance, but he's great at that single leg. I know he just that's his bread and butter right there. He's trying. I don't know if that was a taunt or something happened there, but yeah, at this point you can tell he's more gassed than I am, which because I'm more controlling right here, uh, and you can tell. That was at this point I love this throw. It was like a cheap throw I could throw in. You could see it throughout my other matches. I'm working on it, and I'm just working on not using it. It's just a cheap throw. He don't know how to react to it because he's never been thrown like that before. But what happens is just after time, he's just out. Yeah, he's under. I remember sitting here for a little bit, and I remember hearing this guy right here. I love this guy, this ref. He's ref multiples of my matches. This is our other heavyweight right here. Uh, I if you sit here right here, I know what's going on. I feel it that I don't have the proper hook. So what happens? I slowly put weight up on. I just sit down on his face and boom. I was up as soon as I came. I was so happy. which was a pretty good match. So Isaac, if you ever see this video, man, I love you, man. I love you, man. Gave me some pretty good matches. So this match right here was around the beginning of when I started to get good. Uh, this was either before or after the matches with the other schools. I'm pretty sure it's after. But right here, this dude was a beginner. I am not. You can tell the dude's kind of hunched back a little bit. He's nervous. I'm just going for him. I got that squared out long stance. He's just got that hunched in stance, reaching out for that head like every newbie has. But dude, I remember this dude snapped me down. That's the one problem with that long stance is just it's so hard to defend when you get snapped, which is something I'm working on. But right here, I just throw in that cheap throw. A lot of people don't know how to react to it. And after time, I stopped doing it because people figure that out. I almost pinned him here. My knees just barely come out of the line. He sends us back in. I'm right back in, just straight back in. This dude tries to stand up. He tries to do a double underhook and throw me over, which is a very um, freestyle type wrestling move. But it's not going too well for him. I just hold him there. I just make sure he can't move. I just try to circle out to that 90-degree. Hook that. I'm just trying to get under his arm. Yeah, boom. Hook that hand in. Sit down on his chest, and boom. At this point, it was over. He can't move. He don't know what's going on. And I utilize this. I like to sit on the head because they can't move, and it's just how it is. Would show you one of this against a guy named something Sargent. This dude was so much smaller than me, but he was more powerful, so much faster. Which he's the reason why I didn't get higher up in my pool. But this, I placed fifth in this match. It was a pool. I lost my third one. I went 4-1 on this tournament. Placed fifth. Sargent didn't even. I'm pretty sure he placed fourth. He placed one above me. But this guy, they called him Gorilla. This dude is a gorilla. And there's a lot of things that I have problems with in this match. I win this one by pin. But you can see this dude is just trying to pull me down. He's trying to pull me in. You can see he's snapping me down. He's just wanting to keep me into that clinch. I try to head and arm him, which isn't going too hot. But at this point, he doesn't like it when you're on his head. His head goes down, and he just doesn't like it. What he's going to do right here is grab. He's going to reverse that. Well, he's going to defend it and grab my leg. I remember this point. I don't know if it was miscommunication with the ref or what he was thinking because he eventually gets me down. I'm down. I'm outside of the ring, but I don't know what the ref said. I don't think this is something that's confusing me. What happened with the ref? Because this dude let me go. So we go back into the circle, and I can if you watch that little thing, I thought it was just round over or reset, but I guess it wasn't because he gets right back in. He's pulling me, yanking me, and boom! Look at this. If I ever get caught doing this, someone just snap my head to the mat because that is ridiculous. Look at that. I'm an arch right now. But I'm trying to find that head position without my head going up, and I don't think he knew what was going on. Burton Solomon is his man's name. So he drives in. I'm trying to reach in for that cheap grab. Eventually, I hook him up with it, but the period's over, and there's something I will never forget. He goes "White boy, he blew the whistle. White boy, he blew the whistle." It was funny. You can see him at this point right here. I'm circling. I get that little thing. If you see, he's talking to me right there. I give him a little tap on the shoulder, and we go on. He's annoyed with me. You can tell. You can see that annoyed face. What he does, he tries to do he just tries to drive me down. Far ankle. I don't know. He tries to hit it. He's not shelving it. So what I do, I hook that hand. I turn it into a Pearson. I just turn around, hook that head. Or I don't. I hook the arm down. I put my chin into his shoulder, which a lot of people hate. And look, he eventually takes us into that 90-degree right there. I remember sitting in that little kneeling position for a while after that. Right here, we are at the Lakewood Classic, which is in North Carolina. I lost this match, which is something I'm not afraid to show you. So in this match, I went in. I was like, okay, keep pressure on, just keep pressure on. This is where I start to learn to keep them at a distance, keep my hand on that head. Boom, distance. The Y with that hand rested. Boom, distance. Try to fake a little shot there. I knew I wasn't going to get that, but I knew I would have been dominant. This dude was strong, but he had no technique. What happened is that I just took just a one bad step. You'll see it right there. Boom, one bad step right there. Stepped in. He's going to step into me, hit me in that head and arm, and just boom, I'm out. And this is probably the worst feeling in the world because I was pinned and I just sat there. My coach got so mad at me. I just sat there. I was disappointed in myself. If the sound was on, you could hear my coach screaming at me to stand up and be a man. Love you, coach. But after this was another one. I'm fairly sure, yeah, I lost this one. I won one, which is up on YouTube. I won it by decision. It's up on the channel, but this was another one I lost. These are all learning experiences for me, and as time went by, this dude, I remember him being more aggressive, trying to pull. Yeah, look, he's snapping, he's trying to pull, and this is where I learned distance management from this guy. If you can see in these little moments, you can see his arms. He's pushing so he can see, pushing me up and pushing me back so he can see that leg where he's going to go for, and it's working for him. It's working for him and try to do some cheeky throws. It's not going to go well. I reach over. I think he capitalizes on it, and eventually, yeah, he trips me, takes me down. Uh, he is he likes to ride up on you a lot, which is something I should have capitalized over, but I never did. He just snapped me down. My head is down. That's bad. I gotta work on keeping my head up. I'm very adamant about other people keeping their head up, but when it comes to me, I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, he's trying to flatten me out here. My head's down, and he's just trying to hit a double inside bar, which is something that sucks because you can never hit it. I remember I just drive this dude off the mat. I was so mad about the mistakes I made in that last match. I just pushed him off the mat. I was up. I was the first one back in. I tried to hit him in a cradle here. I almost had him, but I don't know what I did. I let go of it, and he's just eventually I think he flattens out, and that's just where that one ends. Uh, Sorry for the lag. It's Matt Boss. Matt Boss is not reliable. Right there. Okay. So yeah, I remember him sitting up, which is something I should have popped this leg out right here. I should have just wrapped around and sat on his front, and he would have been pinned. That would have been match over. But I'm high up on him. All he's got to do is circle out, and I don't know what's going on here. Just stuff is going on, and the stuff isn't good. He's behind. I'm reached over. You can tell it's just not going to go too hot for me. You can tell he just throws me right back over on that, which is just I'm not happy with my performances here, but these are something I keep on. I remember my ankle brace coming off, and instead of focusing on the match, I focused on getting that out of here. No, it was my ankle brace. It was his headgear. It was his headgear. His headgear fell off, which that match should have been ended right then and there, so he can get his headgear back on, or he should have got a penalty point for not secure headgear. But just how the cookie crumbles. These refs in North Carolina are strict, dude. But yeah, as time you can just see, it just does not go my way. My head is down. My forehead's in the mat. He's riding real high up on me, which is something I should have just done that, reached right over, hooked it in. This match would have been done first period. Should have been. But yeah, he's riding on my back a lot. He's got that little Spider-Man grip with his legs going on there. I try to circle back over, which I do, but I just didn't grab on. He reverses me. I remember thinking to myself, just why, dude? How? Just how did this happen? I do the fat man get up. Just try to rip his hands out, but I'm standing straight up. My hips are not out. Uh, just so bad. I'm leaning forward. I'm not pushing my hips out. He just trips me. I'm right back down, and it's just not good. It's not a good experience for me. You can see that little look I gave at the end just at my coach. He's yelling. He is yelling at me. I'm just like, huh, what? And then it just at just these points right now, it's just so bad. It's uncoordinated. It's just so bad. I'm on the ground. Dude literally had me on a headstand. It's just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm disappointed in myself in it. I'm pretty sure I get the escape right there. Is the highlight of this match for me. He gets that he tries to stand up with that single leg. He tries to hit it. I'm hopping out of it. I get that double underhook. I get that wizard, and just stomp that foot to the ground, and I don't capitalize everything. I just go back. I remember this dude taunted me. He taunted me, man, like right after that. That is what hurt. So Escuela Gonzalez, really, dude. I don't think this dude speaks English either because his coaches and everything were yelling in Spanish, which is also probably something that I don't know. But yeah, I'm gassed. He's not. He's ready. I'm not. Try to do that cheap throw. As you can already see, I'm slipping out of it, and it just yeah, boom, reversed. It's just not going well. When I get gassed, I revert back to things I know is wrong, but it's just how it is. Yeah, but as time goes on, we end up crashing outside of the mat. We get sent back to the middle after I'm crawling to outside of the mat. That's what I meant. I used to have this thing where if I knew something was going bad, I'd crawl, which is something that is very hated, and I know why. It's just not good. But yeah, I try to sit out of that. He lets me get up, and boom, watch his taunt. Little bouncing, little dancing. Yeah, Escuela. Yeah, buddy. Screw you, man. Yeah, man, this dude's awesome. I love him, man. He gave me some good matches. He tries to lock up into that. He's just trying to capitalize off those last seconds. I'm gassed in that match. He won 7-2. This one right here is at sectionals. After this, I think I was in one more tournament or match, which was in a place called West Union. It was because I missed my varsity bus and I didn't go to the match I should have. So what happened? It's just after that, my ankle was snapped in half. If you see this right ankle right here, and compared to my left, how bulgy it gets around my ankle, that and like how flat it is. It's my ankle is so taped up right here. It is insane. I barely move it. So after this is just where I learn this everything I'm trying to give. That distant management I'm working on not getting snapped down. More of a squared out stance rather than one foot in front of the other. I remember this dude just wanted me down, but he just would not let go. This little white thing you saw fall, I had it at the beginning of the match. You can see it on my finger right here. I had a hangnail. I bit it off, and my finger just started bleeding a lot. And I just taped it up, and eventually just falls off, and it just lays there. But yeah, the our home school like our school just the ankle bracelets suck, especially like because you have to have it on your right. I had it on my right or left. You can see right there actually. You can see the bulge in my sock right there. It just goes out. That's the tape. But yeah, I tried to snap him down, get him down, which works. This dude at this point, he's gassed, he's ready, he's done. And this was a little thing. If you look at my face right before I take him down like that. So boom, that little glance over at his coach. I saw his coach. It was like perfect moment. So I reach back, grab it, drive him forward just to taunt him. Kind of front. Man, my back is muscular here, dude. Dang. That's like shoulder blade, but just you can see like the lats. Anyway, rear delt. Man, I'm proud of myself. Try to reverse around, like gorilla armed right here, triceps, shoulders. Like the way I'm looking right now. But yeah, I just drive them down, which is something I got good at, which was that far. I wish I could remember what it was. I can't remember honestly. I'm having brain fart. It's 1:39 in the morning. Forgive me. But yeah, I'm riding his head. I'm trying to get in that power half. I'm trying to get that power half in, which this dude is just standing up out of it. I'm just trying to pull him in, pull him to the ground, flatten him out. It's not working. Just getting him in. This dude, yeah, right there was the mistake I made in this match, which cost me too. Uh, I sat down. I don't. This was a mistake that I made within like 2 or 3 of my matches. I made that mistake. It was just something I screwed up. I don't know why I decided to sit down. It's just like I was in. These guys put you in weird positions, and you just kind of fall into them. Right here, I just sit into it, like, and boom, you can see my coach, Coach Swish. You can see his head, and he's like, "Really, dude? How? Really?" I sit out of that. I'm reaching over, which is bad. What this guy does, he just sits there and just does not know he's gassed. He's done. He's out. And boom, right here, I just pull, trying to just get him down. I think what this guy does, he does sit out and ends up on his butt. And as you saw in in one of the matches, the last match we watched before this, where the guy sat out, I pulled him. I'm making. If you saw my last match, the guy sat out. I pulled him over. What this guy does, I'm trying to crossface him, went him down, and what he just eventually does, he's going to sit out on his butt right there, and that's where I capitalize his knee. Look at that, dude. Look at his knee. Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, that's bad. But yeah, that ref really got into that one. Complete reversal. Shout out to you, Abby. So right after this is Kamori Boyd, which is a highlight. I was winning this match. I loved it. I was winning it by. I feel like I was winning it, and just one simple mistake that can screw anybody up screwed me over. But Kamori Boyd, uh, I have a video. It's called "Wrestling Isn't Gay," and it's funny. But what happens? I'm just kind of faking it. Boom, tap the head. I wrap my finger back up, tap the head again, because I'm trying to keep him at a distance, keep him stood up. I'm down. It's better to be down and up. Find that head position, hand fighting, hand fighting. Don't reach over, reach over. I'm trying to throw. It's something I always had. What I felt like he was trying to do, I felt like he was trying to put me into it. And I thought to myself, if I got to it first, it would have been all good. You can see my coach. My coach is so good at seeing things from a mile away. He already knows what's going on. He's already thinking I'm stupid. What am I doing? He shakes his head right there. He just ends up I'm on the ground. That's the wrestling isn't gay part. That's funny. But I'm getting up. I'm fat man standing. I try to grab that leg. It only worked for me once, so I'm sitting out. Uh, getting up. Uh, and just trying to step out of it. I just need out of it. What he does, he makes a mistake and lets me out. Got my escape point. Get these underhooks in. He's finding head position. I'm trying to find hand position, and he's just trying to pull me down. Boom! I get my what's it called? I don't know. I get my underhooks in. My under over. I'm trying to pull him. You'll see me pull him. Trying to pull him down. Trying to trying to pummel my way. He's gassed. I can hear him breathing. He's done. You can, like, if in that position, I'd hear him. I'm pulling him. just rocking him. I'm trying to pull him away. Snaps, tries to snap me in. Just calmly walk up. You can see me tap that head. Boom, trying to keep him at a distance. Does not go too hot. He's gassed. I can feel it. I'm controlling him. His feet are starting to cross. He's trying to hit me head and arms. He's panicking. He's panicking. I reverse it. Boom. He's down. And I almost pinned him. I would have pinned him here if he wasn't saved by the bell. So boom. Right there is a sit out. Turn back in. Got him straight down. Reversal for 2. And this is where the mistake comes in. Instead of uh, just jumping side to side, trying to get into it, flatten him out, trying to be a good wrestler, instead of getting that, I just kind of let him sit. I'm gassing at this point. I'm working for stuff. Boom, I get him down at that point. And you'll see my coach is yelling at me to just get the power half, find the power half. It's open. His head's down, his arms are open. But you can see here, this dude gets so sweaty that eventually I slide right across his back while trying to cross face, far ankle him. Eventually, he just reaches over my head, flips me over, and boom, that was a winnable match that I let go out of my, just let it go. And I'm so disappointed in myself with this match to this day. But this is the last match against Matthew Zirkle. This dude is from Goshen, and this was also a match I was winning. But if it all ends in that dreaded head and arm, which is so popular. This dude was rough. I instantly try to throw him in, and I try to throw that cheap throw. Shout out to you, Colton Rogers. Is in the military. He's Army. So thank you for your future service. He's currently in boot camp. But we're reaching, we're standing up. This dude is reaching real far, so I could have just popped those hands down, hit a quick double leg. But he's got that in tight. I remember he just got that in tight. My entire goal was to not go down. Just do not go down, because he's trying to head an army, but Greco style. He's trying to Greco me down. Eventually, I'm just trying to knife out of that, trying to reach out, but he just eventually gets it. I'm pretty sure I reach over, grab that arm, yeah, and I flip him, and he just slides right out of that. He's like, we're sliding, and then boom, my knees come out, and that's it. His head's down. Instead of capital, I'm right here. I'm thinking like, man, his arms are strong. He's keeping his arms out. I could have just popped that head down, pulled it in. That would have been pinned. Boom, he's trying to reach into that leg. I remember he had my leg. Boom, yeah, see, my leg is all the way up there. Just sitting out, sitting over. He's trying to grapevine my leg right there. This is the match this is what really cost me. Instead of, we call it Bronco kicking, but instead of just kicking that leg out, like pushing that head in, kicking that leg out, what I do, I turn, I sit, which is, I'm just trying to push him out, which is right here. You can see the mistake that was made. You can see the coach right here. He's like, he gets excited. He starts sitting forward. My coach right here, he puts his phone down. Everyone just got excited, and people just, oh man, just disappointment. He capitalizes. He pushes me. He drives me forward. I'm trying to flip him over. Boom! I didn't drive in fast enough, and he reverses that. This entire match is just reversal after reversal, and I'm trying to fat man stand my way out of this. Trying to get out. You got Swish and Hartman over here, and we got D and sorry, coach, I forgot your name. Sizemore. So yeah, over here. Wait, Sizemore? Is that you? Ah, well, it don't matter. Reaching back, not doing too good at that. Shout out to you, coach. Anyway, he served in the Navy. I'm not leaning out, not pulling. I should just lean that out instead of focusing on falling. He pushes me out, and I remember I remember at that one moment thinking back to this very first match. You can see right here where I broke his nose, to where he falls out, and I roll. And this is what it's like for for someone who I know I'm better than this guy. I was seated higher, better matches. I watched videos of this guy, and I already know. And that's how it feels. Instead of me capitalizing off it like this guy did, well, like reversing out of it, I let it discourage me. Boom. I remember, like, at this moment, I was on my butt. I was like, roll. And I thought back to that match. My very first match, I thought back to my very last, which was pretty insane. He just gets it. I'm gassed. You can see I'm trying to stand up, trying to tripod my way up. He's got my head in tight. I'm driving. I'm driving. He's trying to Greco me down again with that uh, signified head and arm, tapping on the head, trying to beat him in a little bit, trying to. It discourages you, dizzy, makes him dizzy, but it's allowed, and he's just not having it. He don't like it. He don't like my hand being on his head. He's driving in. I should have threw him. Should have did something instead of locking up right there. I should have just found the distance and hit a double leg. That's really all I should have done. That double leg was wide open. Would eventually at this match what he does. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that this was actually period 3, but I don't know if they never did the period thing, which I'm pretty sure. So if I were to just held in there literally for 2 more seconds, because he was counting for 2 more seconds, this match would have been mine. I would have been off the districts, and then boom, that's match. But it's good watching these matches over and just knowing how it goes. So Matthew Zirkle, thank you for the match, buddy. Hope you have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys have a good one. Bye.